content de me sentir avec toi. Ramasser un peu d'argent, ranger les meubles chez les
Distributed by
parents.
the band itself.
Ne décider d'aller se promener.
It's hard to be more handmade than this.
Ben, je suis content de partir
I like how
avec
they did
toi.
the cutting and pasting pictures over and over. The computers back then. This is 1978.
This is 1978?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought this was like a new band that you
I
found.
should probably mention that. Eh?
Well, we're recording, so.
All right. 1978.
This is 1978. Sounds pretty good. I like it. It's good. Welcome to Late Night Listen. I'm Red,
I'm Matt.
and today we're going to talk about Rarities, the vinyl records. So
Yeah.
what do you got to show to start here?
You got a little French Canadian band here called Bip Sautrou. And this album is called Je suis content. And this is pretty hard to find because it is a private pressing.
What's a private pressing?
Private pressing is when a band doesn't have a lot of money. It's when no big no big label wants to put out their music,
Yeah.
so they do it themselves.
Okay, dig it.
So yeah, so they took it onto themselves to do a record. When you look at the front cover, you have a sort of a Boston-esque cover with the flying spaceship guitars and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it looks pretty okay. When you look at the back, oh, things get complicated here. You have a bit of a Zappa thing going on with the same picture cut out 3 times with different white balance.
Yeah. So what kind of genre is this? Is this
So this is pretty folky music, but with a weird edge to it. So some people would refer to it as folk prog.
okay, folk prog. That's
Folk
interesting.
prog. Yeah, but it's a duo. It's one guy who sings and plays guitar, and there's a lady playing flutes and a harmonica.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. We'll have to play that later.
Yeah, good
It's not
stuff.
bad.
So
And where
yeah.
did you get this?
I got this at a local shop, and it was actually made and recorded here in Hull, Gatineau.
Wow.
And yeah, it's the type of record that you're only gonna find where it's actually been produced. So yeah, nice dollar record, but it's worth a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh. Nice.
yeah, good
Alright,
stuff.
so what would you give this album out of 2?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 1 out of 2 for personally. It's not edgy enough for my taste, but it's a really good album if you're into folk music.
Yeah.
1 out of 2.
1 out of 2. All right. Well, I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I liked it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to give a rating though.
No?
I have to listen to the whole thing.
Okay.
All right. So what else you got?
What else do I got?
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, I like this one.
This is great.
This is a band called Sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't try to Google that.
Definitely Google it.
Definitely Google it. They made 2 albums. Really, really obscure stuff. It's hard rock. It's a bit edgy, kind of in the same sense that the previous record was. So some people would say psych rock, hard rock.
Oh yeah.
French Canadian band, but they do sing in English with a huge accent. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like it already.
And yeah, the title of the songs are pretty intense too. I think on the first album there's a song called "I Had to Rape Her." So yeah, but
That's not on there. What are you
no,
talking
on the
about?
on the first album.
Oh,
sorry.
on the first.
Yeah.
On the first compilation of Sex's discography.
Yeah. There's 2 versions of this pressing. There's one on regular black wax, which I have, and there's one on red wax, which would be pretty nice to have actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that would be cool. But
Nice.
yeah, I was lucky enough to find this in a dollar bin. There was tape all over it. I was super careful to take it off to try to make it look nice. And I think I did a pretty decent job. It looks okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The record's in rough shape too, but it's so hard to find. They only repressed I think 100 copies a year ago in Germany, so it's super hard to find.
I imagine.
Yeah,
Wow.
you won't end up finding this anywhere. Yeah, really good instrumentation. It's really good hard rock, driving songs. Yeah, it's good stuff.
So what would you give this out of 2?
That's a 2.
That definitely a 2?
That's a 2 out of 2. Just for
2
the
out of 2?
just for the instrumentation.
That's a pretty high rating.
It's really solid. Look it up. It's available on CD. I think they released it in a few countries. Unfortunately, not in North America.
Mm-hmm.
But if you live in Australia or Germany, can get your hands on the CD.
Okay.
And potentially on a reissue of this. I think they made 111 copies.
Wow.
On a very, very small German label. So look out for it. Pick it up. It's amazing.
Wow.
All right, what are yours?
The one I really want to talk about is Gordon Lightfoot's Early Lightfoot. And the reason I want to talk about this is it's very rare. Not as desirable as that, because we were looking up prices, and this, if you find one, you can get it for $20.
Yeah, $25.
But the problem is finding one. I mean, Gordon Lightfoot himself wanted all of these destroyed.
That's right.
Him and his management team, they asked all the record pressers to destroy them. And so when you find one of these, ask the person where they got it from. Because I asked the person on eBay where he got it from. His friend worked at a record company. I have another copy. My dad worked at the Birchmount Quality Records in Scarborough, Ontario. That's how we obtained our copy, because he was allowed to have one record a week or something like that, or one a month. So.
And that was his choice that week.
This was his choice that week. So that's how we obtained one.
I'd be interested to see what other records what was his other choices? What did he turn down?
Oh, my dad was into a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah?
Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. Yeah, he was all over the map. But we took a listen to this. Some songs, okay.
Yeah.
Like Sleep Little Jane, I thought was, if you're getting close to what Gordon Lightfoot sounds like, and if you listen to Gord's Gold or something like that, that's kind of what he sounds like. But then you have other songs that almost sound like Elvis.
Yeah.
Like a terrible Elvis impersonation.
Yeah.
And you think, well, no wonder he wanted these destroyed, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. This is very rare. Very hard to find.
Gordon Lightfoot, man.
Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot. Not his best work, though. No. 0 out of 2.
I would also give it a 0 out of 2. From what I've heard, it's not great.
It's not great at all.
That's why it's not worth a lot of money. If there's very few copies of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's still not desirable enough to command the high prices of some other records that we have here.
I had to show it for the Rarities show, because you won't find this anywhere.
Anywhere.
Or on eBay.
Do you know how many copies they made of that?
I have no idea. I think my dad said at the Quality Records they had 250 pressed, and then 249 were destroyed. Yeah, so that's it.
That's not a lot of copies for the 70s.
So I see you got a recent one there.
It's a 90s album, but they decided to do a reissue for Record Store Day. This is another French-Canadian album from singer-songwriter Jean Leloup. Pretty popular guy in Quebec. This album had never been done on vinyl.
Okay.
Only cassette and CD. So the demand was pretty high, because this guy's still popular to this day. And they decided to do 1,000 copies.
Okay.
And this one store in Montreal got about 80% of the copies, so it created crazy demand everywhere else. You were able to buy this for, I believe, $22 when it came out. And I've seen a copy being sold for $250 recently. So that's pretty crazy.
Is it pretty good music? What kind of
It,
music
it is very good music. So it's kind of a pop rock type of music, but this guy has really good writing for the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty interesting. About half the songs on this album went on the radio, and you can still hear them today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and but this is from this is 90s type of music?
Yeah, it's from 1990.
I'll have to play some of that.
There's even a song called
1990.
1990. Yeah.
Say it again?
1990.
Oh man.
Try that one?
No, I'm not gonna give that one a go.
Alright.
So that was only record store day. How much is this going for roughly?
It's over $100 now, average on Discogs. It's 100, 150.
Wow.
It's only going up because this was the very last record store day. So
Yeah, some of these record store day releases, it's just maddening.
you never know, and some of them sit in the store for years,
Mhm.
and they try to get rid of them for like half the price. They can't.
Yeah.
So a lot of stores are pretty scared to order a lot of stuff from record store day. So it creates more demand
Mm-hmm.
if they don't order a lot. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
Good stuff. That's a 2 out of 2. I really like this one.
Wow.
I'm glad to have a copy. Interesting thing about this record too, they all have a pressing defect.
They all have a pressing defect.
All of them. I know because I bought one copy and I looked at it and had a huge scratch on it
Really?
at the end of the last song, and I went to get another copy because it's a brand new record. I want to have perfect record.
But then you couldn't get the new copy, right?
But then, no, they still had plenty of copies when I got this in Sudbury, actually.
Sudbury.
Yeah, Sudbury.
Okay.
Not this copy, but the first copy that I tried to get.
Okay.
And then I went back to the store, and there's a huge scratch. Can I have another copy, please? And he opened another one in front of me, and same exact scratch. So this is the
grooves.
The machine that cuts the grooves.
Oh,
was
okay.
probably programmed in such a way that when it went up after the last groove, it just nicked
Oh no.
a piece of the sound.
Oh,
of the
that's
song.
too bad.
Yeah, so
That's a shame.
they're all like that. I thought I would get maybe a different batch if I got it in Montreal, so I asked a friend to get a copy in Montreal, and when I went back, when I finally got it in my hands, I looked, same scratch. So
Oh no.
yeah, that sucks.
Oh, jeez.
So they're super expensive, and there's a problem with each and every copy of this.
That's too bad.
Yeah, still like it. 99% of the music is fine on it. You hear it tick for like 3 or 4 grooves at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
All right, I'm going to talk about one of my rare ones here.
Nice,
It is Bad Religion. Oh yes, Back to the Known.
nice.
At least probably goes for $50 to $100. I got this one for $50 on eBay, and the person that I bought it from got it for $5.99. So he got it where you got your.
It still has a sticker on it.
But I had to get it because I love the song Along the Way. It is such an awesome song. It's so great. But the condition I got, it's not very good.
No.
Not very, it is.
It's
It's all.
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Does it sound decent?
You know, it's not too bad. Along the Way.
Just want to mention, it's so bad that we don't mind putting our fingers on the grooves.
Yeah.
It's not even worth being careful with.
It's not a very good condition, and
man.
but it's very hard to find, and I just really like the song, so I had to have it on vinyl. It was, and it's funny. I saw the German pressing on eBay, and I forgot the bid on it, and it went for $40, and I bet
Cheaper
it was,
than what you paid for that one.
yeah, I bet it was probably a little bit better condition than this one. So
I'd like to tell you that you'll find it again, but probably not.
I mean, you could probably look on eBay and you can see a few of these, but
Yeah.
I don't know. If you have Spotify, you can listen to this on Spotify, but
There you go.
I don't know. The quality isn't that great either. I mean, it's
Is
it's
it
like
an early album?
yeah, it's it's 1984. It's it's grimy rock, and so it's not exactly like you're listening to something that needs perfect quality. You so
So is this an EP or?
EP, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a rare
So
one.
it's a lot of money for every song.
A lot of money for bad condition for one song.
Is this the most you've spent on
Yeah.
an EP?
Yeah, this is probably the most I spent on
a single record?
On a single record, yeah. It's right here. So,
It's crazy.
but I have to show it because we're talking about rarities, right? Right. What else you got?
Got a really nice soul record here. It's from Willie Hutch. It's called Soul Portrait. And it's an album from 1969.
Oh.
This is an original pressing, US pressing. It just got a reissue, but the originals are pretty hard to find. This is this guy's first album. He got a pretty successful career after that, but his first album, amazing. Amazing and amazingly hard to find. So I was pretty lucky. I got this for like $2 in the thrift shop.
Wow.
It still has a shrink on it.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's in really good condition. This album, aside from a tiny cut corner on the bottom here, it's even hard to see. So it's in really good shape.
Would you compare this to any other artists out there? Or is he kind of on his own?
No, it's a pretty generic
Like we were listening
soul
to,
album.
We were listening to Clay Hammond earlier.
It sounds like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
really strong voice, some funky grooves in the instrumentation. Yeah, good stuff.
Wow. It's pretty good. And what's this going for these days?
You're gonna spend at least $100.
$100?
Yeah.
Oh,
on a mint copy like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you got it for $2.
Yeah, I got it for $2, but you can get the reissues for like $25-$30.
Oh, okay.
That's a good alternative.
Yeah, if you just want to have the record to play,
If you just want to listen to the sweet music,
get the reissue.
yeah, reissues are nice for that.
Yeah, you're not going to find this one. Forget about it.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Another one for me here?
Got an interesting one. Again, of course.
I like it.
This band is called The Whackers,
Mm-hmm.
and the title of the album is Whackerin' Heights.
I like it. I like this band already. This is great.
It's from 1971, and when I buy records in a record store, I like to try to look it up, see what it sounds like, hear a sound clip maybe on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't do that. I just blindly purchase. I don't care.
I like to do research because I go through dollar bins and you never know what you're going to find, or you could be passing on a really good gem.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't.
I understand. I do.
So I'll pull anything that looks interesting and then do a bit of research and then I'll buy things from there.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a problem because it is impossible to find the songs even on YouTube.
Really?
So I had to ask the record store owner to put it on the sound system in the shop because there was no way to hear what it sounded like on the internet. And to my surprise, it was amazing.
Yeah? What kind of music is this?
It's a very poppy in the sense that there's a really big effort on the hooks.
Okay.
But it's like classic rock music.
Okay.
With really good hooks. And you can see there's a bit of glam rock going on with what they're wearing. It's yeah. you can see all their belly buttons. It's pretty good.
It's a great era for
But
fashion.
yeah, if you can hear it, the song On the Way Up, it's so good. I don't understand how this didn't become a hit at some point. It's so good. So good. Just for that song, I think, yeah.
Oh, you're telling me about this. It's not exactly valuable, or
It's not valuable. It's just it's
rare in the
hard to
sense
find
that-
because people don't know about it.
Yeah,
So it'll
people don't know about it.
slip in the cracks.
You never see it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing you have on YouTube is one drum fill from this album. I think.
Okay.
But that might change in the future. People might learn about this band and want to put it on YouTube.
Okay. I dig it.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff from the Whackers.
The Whackers.
All right, what do you got there?
That's probably my most expensive record coming up.
All right, here we come.
Yeah.
There we go. What do we got?
It's another record store day exclusive. They did not repress that one after. Sometimes they'll, come up with something on record
You
store
didn't
day.
even open this one.
I did. I just
You did open it.
I just keep the shrink on it because I don't.
Why? Why do you keep the shrink on it? It looks awful.
It's so valuable. Even the stickers, I think, are part of the price.
Part of the deal of I guess this record store day exclusive.
Yeah.
Showed up to the camera here.
So this is a Death Grips record.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Government Plates, and they made, I think, 900 copies of this, but only 60 came to Canada.
Only 60.
Only 60.
Jeez, record store day. Love it and hate it. I gotta say.
So, and I was reading on forums that people were waking up super early, waiting in line at the record store, starting at 4 or 5 a.m. just to have a chance at buying this record. I was really lucky. I got into one of the less popular record stores, and just 15 minutes before the day was over, and just flip through what's left of a record store day records, and there it is. And I've been reading all day that it's hard to find. It's going to be one of the most sought after records on this record store day.
It's one thing you do during record store days. You're constantly on Twitter or the forums.
Yeah, man.
You're seeing what people are talking about.
Yeah.
Because if there's something that a lot of people aren't finding, generally you want to try and find it yourself.
Yeah.
Because you won't see it again.
Yeah. So I paid $25 for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And these days, a copy with all the inserts.
Yeah.
It comes with actually
Look at that.
a plate. It's called Government Plates. So it comes with a nice plate here.
Amazing.
Nice little shrink. I don't think I want to install it on a car yet. It's too valuable.
Hilarious.
And yeah, a copy with all the extras. It's between $300 and $500.
$300 and $500.
Yeah.
Holy.
So.
What kind of music is this though?
It is experimental hip hop.
Experimental hip hop.
It's weird. It's really weird. It's fun to listen to though. But everyone I've played this for hated it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, awful. They don't like it. I like it just because it's weird. I have a huge collection of weird music, but it's not something you'll listen to because the grooves are nice. They're nice hooks.
Wow.
No, it's interesting though.
I like it.
Death Grips.
I probably wouldn't like it either. I just don't even know. I love hip hop. Mostly 90s hip hop. Nas, Illmatic. I like that kind of stuff.
I've spoken to a pretty big Death Grips fans, and that's not their favorite album, even if they're crazy about the band.
Oh, okay.
So I would give it maybe a 1 out of 2, just
1 out of 2?
based on the
Alright.
weirdness of it.
Okay.
And the value. Maybe that helps.
You're gonna rate it just because it's valuable?
Yeah.
Come on, it's about the music, man. You can't incorporate that. Maybe album art can raise the rating.
Yeah, the art isn't that nice. So what do you have?
So I don't even know if this is rare or not. I just wanted to show it off because I think it's rare. I don't see it very often. This is Kings of the Leon, Because of the Times, and you want to look this up on this guy. So you're already pulling on your phone.
Yeah.
But this one, as you know, Kings of Leon, big popular band now. But this was kind of their album to bring them into that popularity, and it's since been reissued. But this one is the nice, colorful, reddish pink copy, and you don't see it very often. That's not bad.
Yeah, $34. How much did you pay for it?
Oh, barely anything. I got this on eBay for a few bucks.
It's a nice pressing.
It's great because it says, myspace.com/Kings of Leon is where you're gonna go to see Kings of Leon.
Yeah, exactly.
Kings of Leon stuff.
MySpace.
Yeah. So this is and this is probably my favorite Kings of Leon album. I know they're really mainstream popular. A lot of people hate on them, but I really like the music. But Walls is really good too. That's their newest one. But this one, a gem. It's absolutely great, and it's rare to find colored records sometimes, and this one is one of them. That's hard to see. But again, because they're not as desirable, that's why the price is lower. So I just have rare albums that aren't worth crap.
Yeah, exactly. Hey.
But I love it.
You collect what you want to collect.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you like Kings of Leon?
Yeah.
They're not too bad.
I have
Some
a few,
other albums,
I have a few albums.
some of their
Not
earlier
on mine,
stuff
but-
is, like Hulu Heartbreaker? I don't know. It's really bad. If you're going to listen to Kings of Leon, listen to Because of the Times. Skip the Only by the Night, in my opinion, terrible. And then go right into Walls. Walls, their latest album, is the best.
So what would you rate that one out of 2?
2 out of 2, for
2 out
sure.
of 2. Wow.
Because, you know why? Because nowadays, artists are releasing everything on double LPs.
It's true.
And I hate it. I hate double LPs. I hate them. I think it's useless. Two gigantic records with 3 songs apiece.
Yeah, because they release them at 45 RPM, right?
Yeah.
So you have to get up and change the record every 2 or 3 songs, as you were saying.
Yeah.
It's
awful.
Some people say it improves the sound quality if there's more spacing between the grooves, which 45 RPM allows.
Mm-hmm.
But it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I don't like that trend either.
And it's more expensive. Do you think about double XP?
It's true. They're trying to justify
LP?
the price because there's more racks in there.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
no, it's terrible. I'm glad you're on the side of this.
Yeah,
because
no, I agree with you.
I feel like I have all these double LPs and I just want to get rid of them all because I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not going to put on one side, next side, next side, next side. Getting up 4 times just to listen to one album.
Although we did get into vinyl for the inconvenience of it, right?
yeah, I guess so. But I mean, it's not too inconvenient. You put on one side, you listen to it. You get up, you change it over, you listen to the next side.
That's why I barely listen to my my 45s.
Yeah, 45s.
Ugh.
Don't even get into 45s.
No.
Forget about it. There's the 7-inch ones. No.
Alright, I'm gonna put this nice song on.
Yeah.
Go sit down. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, forget it.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, I like that cover of that one. What do you got there?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Another French-Canadian private pressing.
Okay.
uh,
I like it.
here in Gatineau, there's a pretty big progressive rock
Mm-hmm.
trend here. So
Okay.
a lot of bands that did that kind of music, and yeah, a lot of obscure stuff that just didn't make it because all these other bands were doing a lot better than they were. So this is from beginning of the 80s. So progressive rock was getting less and less popular in Canada, and I guess that's where it faded into obscurity, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a band called Sank Up, and this album is their only album. It is self-titled, and I think it is from 82 or 83.
Well, what would you give this out of 2?
I'd have to give it a 2. It's a great album.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We were listening to a little bit of this, and it's actually, let me see. It's actually not too bad. I don't know. Not usually my thing, though, I gotta say, but it's not too bad.
So it's closer to it's a more jazzy record, right? It's progressive rock, but it's on the jazzy side of things, and a bit of a Chicago tint to it, I would say. A lot of brass.
Mm-hmm.
You can see in the instrumentation here. One interesting thing about people listed on the back of this record, when I went to buy this record at the record store, the guy who sold it to me actually worked on this LP.
Oh, really?
He plays one of the instruments there. Yeah.
Which one?
Timbal and glockenspiel.
Ooh, the Glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel.
My favorite.
It's your favorite?
No.
No? Okay. Well, that's what he plays. I thought that was pretty cool. That this is a 1980 record, so
Yeah. Oh, wow.
all these years later, I can find one of the guys who played on the record. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
good stuff.
All right.
All right, one of mine?
Yeah,
Again?
let's do that one right there. I like that one. I love the artwork on this one here. This one looks really cool.
Progressive rock records have the best covers. They're just awesome.
I won't dispute it. They're really good. I bought one progressive rock album that was, I don't know. I gave it to you actually because I didn't like it.
I think, yeah.
There's like the
Like, do you
mushrooms in
want
the
it,
forest and yeah, we'll have to look at that one later. But
It's true.
this one
Yeah.
is
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
It's a really, really good album on Vertigo, which some people find highly collectible. mainly thanks to the little swirl on the label here.
That's the only reason, the swirl on the label?
That's what people like. It has a kind of visual effect when you look at it spinning on the table.
Yeah, we were playing a little bit of this earlier, and it does look kind of cool. I get it.
It's nice.
So how much does the vertical records raise the value, would you say?
A lot, because it's, if you can find a pressing that has that swirl, the value goes way up.
Really?
Yeah.
So this has been pressed in different
there's different pressings, even of the same label company.
Really?
So you'll have Vertigo pressings that don't have that swirl that people like.
Wow.
So this one was a pretty good find. It's in rough shape, but I don't have a lot of vertical swirls.
Was that in the dollar bins as well?
That was in the dollar bin, yeah.
And how much does that go for?
I have the price tag here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's actually not on Discogs, this one, because it's a Canadian pressing, but
really?
The U.S. pressings are a few $100s. I've seen a U.S. pressing go for I think $500.
$500.
So
U.S.
Yeah, but that's not this pressing, but a similar pressing from the same era. So usually Canadian records aren't worth as much as American pressings of the same album. So this is probably not worth as much. Plus, it's in rough shape. So
yeah, okay.
But still a cool find.
Yeah.
Vertical swirls are pretty cool. Pretty cool things to collect.
Yeah,
I
like it.
If you're into that sort of stuff.
Yeah, sure. Now, who are these guys? Le Monde Etage?
Yeah, that's.
Did I get that right? My French is terrible.
Le Monde en Étage.
I didn't do it justice.
No. That's a French progressive rock record from France, not French Canadian.
Québécois.
Yeah, this is a really good album too. His first album, I believe, probably the rarest one. Got really lucky, found this in the thrift shop for $2, $2.50.
Mm-hmm. And this is progressive rock as well.
Progressive rock
in French.
In French, yeah, sung in French, that one. Yeah, and this is worth a pretty penny as well.
How much does this go for?
So you're looking at about $170 for a record like that in good shape.
Wow.
Yeah. According to Discogs, there's only 2 pressings. There's one from France and there's one from Canada. So pretty hard to find.
Wow. So how come it says mono plus stereo? Is it just?
Usually that's a stereo record that is also playable on mono equipment.
Gotcha.
So it's just a stereo record.
Oh, okay.
They just don't want to scare people off that have mono equipment. So like, it still works on your equipment, guys. Don't worry.
I see. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Wow. Is there any special booklet inside here? I see there's one in here. Oh, I better not take it out.
Ruin the value.
Yeah. I'm not touching it, man. I'm not touching it.
I think it's just a
sleeve.
paper inner sleeve.
Oh, I like that label. That's nice.
Yeah, Barclay. It's pretty nice labels.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It says promotion on the label too. So, promo copy.
Yeah, I actually have a promo copy here. Not for resale. And I love this band. Live. Yeah, this is Selling the Drama EP, and it's a 10-inch promotional copy. I love 10-inch records. I don't know how you feel about 10-inch records. Yeah?
I guess if you're happy with your tiny mini LPs.
I hate 7-inch records because, like we discussed, flipping them over all the time. 10-inch, at least you got like a couple songs. You got 2 songs, and it's nice. I don't know. I like it. They fit great on the shelf. They're good.
Oh, this one's a nice color too.
This is a beautiful blue. Beautiful. And has some really good live songs that weren't released as singles. Shit Town. The Damn at Otter Creek. Awesome songs. They're probably, this came out when CDs were popular, and when you have a CD, everyone skips the whole CD and they just pick out the singles. So you'd probably miss a lot of these songs, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've never heard of those songs before. Listen to them. They're great. And this one is hard to find, and not worth a lot. That's especially not worth as comparatively to the ones you bring, but hard to find, and it's great. If you get a chance, pick it up. I give it a 2 out of 2.
Yeah?
For sure, yeah. Wow. I love Live. I would like to get more of their stuff on vinyl, but they're a 90s band, and 90s stuff is hard to find.
Vinyl wasn't popular back then.
Not popular. It was closing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see a 90s band and the record said copyright 1990 to 1996, pick it up. It's worth a lot.
Even up until like 2005, like that stuff is pretty hard to find.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Death from Above, 1979. They came out in 2005, I think? 2003, 2005? I can't remember. They changed their record company. Their newest record company label is Last Gang Records. They had someone else before that. And the one before that, I don't know if it's good or not, but it sells for $50 to $60 because it's more rare. But I don't know if it sounds better. But that's the thing, it's more rare.
It does.
Yeah.
Can't find a copy. You can't know.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
All right.
What else we got
One last one here.
for the Rarities show? Late Night Listen. What do we got?
Ungava. Self-titled album.
Ungava?
Ungava.
Oh, you know, there is a gin called Ungava from Quebec.
Interesting.
Very good. If you like gin, Ungava gin.
There you go.
They don't pay us, trust me. This is the end of the video. But yeah, Ungava gin. Whew. We might cut that out, but
All right.
we'll see.
So, there's a website called Prog Quebec
Mm-hmm.
that just lists all the weird music that came out during the 70s and 80s in the province of Quebec, and this one it's listed on the site, and it's been on my wish list for a while. And
Mm-hmm.
I'd never seen a copy of it, so when I saw it a few weeks ago in the record store, I'm like, I have to get this. Like,
Oh, how much did you spend? How much?
That is pretty expensive. I spent $40 on this record, and that's
Not too
about
bad.
that's
Not
about
too
what it's
bad.
worth.
Yeah? Okay.
So it was a fair price.
Yeah, because most of your finds are dollar bins
That's true.
at
That's
the
true.
thrift store, right?
But I got all the classics. I got all the easier to find stuff. So
Mhm.
now I gotta go. You gotta break the bank to get the more obscure stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
I see.
yeah, this is really good progressive rock. That's a recurring theme with all the records
Well,
that I have.
That's
But,
that's where it's rare, right?
Yeah, that's true. Anything progressive rock, unless it's really common stuff like I don't know, Genesis,
Mhm.
it's usually worth a decent amount of money.
Pretty good.
Yeah, especially the obscure stuff.
So I didn't listen to this, but what would you give this out of 2 if you were going to rate it?
That's a 2.
2 for
That's
sure.
a 2. Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
The highest of ratings is the 2.
Yeah.
2 out of 2. That's great.
Yeah.
I like the
Great
cover. Just like overlay over a river.
Yeah.
He's really into his jams.
He's listening to himself with the headphones.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's
I love
great.
the album art. I love the pictures in the back too. These guys look great.
Yeah. Nice trio.
It's good. Right, well that concludes the Rarities special on Late Night Listen. Thanks for watching.